Hello, hello. Hi to all VOD watchers. You get here at this point before anyone live. Hello, nice to meet you. Give me a second while I copy this stupid little link to send people. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. I don't have to care about the rest of that anymore. There we go. Alright. Oh. My body disappeared. Well, that was weird. That's not supposed to happen. Anyway. Don't mind me. Had a late start to the day for various reasons. Why is that being laggy? Is this open? Help. That. It's so weird. Normally I don't have any issues, but for the last 2 streams I've had issues. It doesn't look like it's dropping frames though. It just looks laggy on my end. Oh, at any rate, I am here eating breakfast, so I hope you guys don't mind me just chill for a bit. I'm eating watermelon, by the way. It's very yummy. Speaking of... Hi, Bahamut! There we go. There we go. Whoop! What the fuck did I do there? We're just chilling out for a bit before we start streaming. Cleaning that off is feeding the aliens. Yeah. We've almost got it looking nice in here. Ah! My watermelon squirted. Why is it so juicy? God damn it! I realize I just did the dumbest complaint of all. Is the best kind of watermelon? I agree! But also, I'm streaming and it's right next to my keyboard and mouse. Oh man. This nice lobster I got from the restaurant. My lobster is too well cooked and too buttery. The succulent fruit is too nice and pristine. a dumb thing to complain about. I mean, arguably it's better than when I first cut into it 2 or 3 days ago. What is more first world than first world problems? Exactly. I wonder if is there any video I can put on briefly? When I sit here, eat my breakfast, and we can all enjoy together. Let's see, do I have anything good in my watch later list? I don't know, is there anything good on YouTube anymore? What the fuck? Every recommendation is trash. Does anybody else have that problem, or is it just me? Like, I do not get recommended good videos these days. Besides you, HoloLive clips? Those are decent, assuming you're into VTubers and HoloLive specifically. I just get fucking slop. Mostly watch music. Not bad, not bad. See, anytime I get recommended music, it's normally music I don't even like. Well, IMTG video, Magic the Gathering videos. I see. Okay, pause right there. Don't start with that. And Shane for resolution. I'm about to put something on. We probably won't watch all of it, but we'll be able to see a bit of it. Let's see here. Window capture. Which, sadly, you can't even see yet because it doesn't automatically capture the window, which honestly is probably a safe thing. Force SDR. Yep, okay. Filter. Okay, and then we'll... Excuse me, had a hiccup there. Okay, that should do it. Here, let's just put this up. Oop, there we go. There we go. This is some random recommendation about comics. Let's see how it goes while I eat my watermelon. You guys can all get your snacks and drinks and get comfy too.
Don't make your comic just yet.
Oh wait, hang on. It would be smart if I here.
If you're someone who's been thinking about making your own comic, don't make your comic just yet. If you're someone who's been thinking about making your own comic, maybe it's a lifelong dream or it's just been a thought on your mind lately, then you need to watch this video before you do anything. Many new creators accidentally ruin their comic before even starting, meaning their great comic ideas get stuck as just random thoughts or a half-finished first page. There's so many mistakes I made as a beginner comic creator that if I had avoided, my comics would be way further and way more successful today. Mistakes like where to post your comics, printing and distribution, the best software to make your comics, and even how to plan for your comic long term. By the end of this video, you'll know the 6 biggest mistakes that I wish I avoided so you don't have to do the same thing. The first mistake is not planning your comics.
Thinking about it, I need to cook dinner. Okay.
Or short you as the creator decide your comic.
Don't burn yourself.
So before you draw a single thing, you should figure out the size of your project first. This is the most underrated decision you have to make for your comic success. Because not deciding this early on could lead to you messing up your story and then the plot just becomes confusing. So here's the different levels of comic scope or how long your comic can be. The lowest level is the one shot. That's typically 15 to 25 pages. They're normally used as a pitch or a pilot to just test the idea for your comic and build a vibe for the story. It's kind of like a concept comic.
I'm surprised they showed that one. The author of Spy Family hates Anya. Prefers her original design. She was a baddie. Or some such. I don't remember the specific details, it's been a while. But they absolutely hate Spy Family and Anya.
They're used a lot in the world of manga when creators are pitching to companies like Shonen Jump. After this, I would say the next level is the graphic novel. That's usually around 160 to 200 pages. Now, graphic novels are often confused for comic or manga volumes. But the difference between a graphic novel and a comic or manga volume is that a volume is many issues compiled into one book. A graphic novel is one uninterrupted story. You can't really split like a graphic novel into individual issues or chapters. So volumes are like a compilation of multiple episodes of a TV TV show, while a graphic novel is like one whole movie. These are very common in European comics. For example, Asterix and Tintin comics. Mouse is another famous example. The limited series. Now, these are usually a compilation of 3 to 10 issues. So
Mouse
that's
is very
like Kingdom
famous.
Come, which is 4 issues, or
Considered a
WV. They're
classic.
really ideal for experimental stories with a definitive, quick conclusion. So a good example of a limited indie comic series is The Superior by Mark Miller, which is only 7 issues, but it's a full story from beginning to end. These are best if you don't want to commit too much to a story, but you have some ideas. The short run is between 10 to 20 issues. Now, these are comparable to a single season of a TV show. A good example is Cyberpunk Edge Runners, which was only a couple of episodes and then it ends. So the original Watchmen comics consist of exactly 12 issues, written by Alan Moore, and then the story ends. The medium run is for somebody who feels like they want to commit to a bit longer than a usual comic story. So this will probably take you a couple years to finish. A medium run will probably take you like a decade to finish, to be honest. They're usually between 20 and 50 issues. It's a solid length for deep storytelling, and a good example of that is Deadpool by Joe Kelly, which is 35 issues, Animal Man by Grant Morrison, which is 26 issues, or The Immortal Hulk at 50 issues, which is like the upper limit for a medium run. Now, the long-running series could go for even longer than a decade, So that's anything exceeding 50 to 100 plus issues. That's like The Boys, which was like 72 issues, the Invincible comics, which have 144 issues in total, or Ultimate Spider-Man with 160. There's another African
long.
example, which is Super Strikers, and that comic series had like 158 issues. The most popular long-running manga example I can probably think of is One Piece, which has like thousands of chapters. I don't have count of what it is right now. The only exception to this rule of you thinking about the ending is if you want to make the final type of comic, which is a legacy comic series. So a legacy comic series is anything like Marvel or DC or even Dragon Ball. That's where you want somebody to continue the story even after you are gone. A legacy series can go on for probably centuries, who knows, But the point is they don't per se end, and there's pros and cons to that, but that's for a whole other video. I would not recommend you start with a legacy series, especially as a beginner. The longer your story goes on, the more chance
creator of Dragon Ball ever saying he wanted people to continue it after his death.
So try a one-shot or a graphic novel of your comic before deciding it's going to be something you want to do for years on end. Another thing is that you can always change your mind on the scope eventually. Because, for example, Robert Kirkman wanted it.
Berserk also wasn't
that somebody else writes after
thought of that way at all either, but
it was better off just
once the author died, one of his friends decided to take it upon himself to continue it for him.
10 issues just to make it longer. If you only have 3 issues worth of content, just end it there. Just maintain the quality and consistency. For example, I'll give you CW's The Flash. After the first 3 seasons, I think that was one of the best superhero series of all time. But they just kept going and going and going and going, and they ended up messing up the story. Another example is Tom King, who people really don't like his medium runs and his longer runs.
Flash was mid as a series.
So the
even at the beginning, it only went continuously downhill after that.
He's going to write 10 of the best comic issues you've ever read, and then if you give him 100 issues, he's going to give you 10 of the best issues you've ever read. So you see the problem. That's 90 bad issues. The point is, don't feel the pressure to make your story as long as possible to go on forever and ever. It doesn't have to. Just let it end where it needs to end. The next mistake is confusing a hobby with a business. You need to decide very early on if you want to do this full-time, part-time, or just for fun. Failing to decide why you're making the comic leads to a project that is either too weird to sell or it's too stressful to enjoy. What I mean by this is you don't want to make a hobby comic that's just for fun with a business mindset because it takes away the fun. You also don't want to make a comic business with a hobby mindset because then you won't go anywhere. And this is the main difference between the two. So the hobby mindset, you'll focus mostly on creative freedom and passion. It allows you to go for non-monetized work like fan comics. If you want to make a fan comic of something, there's lots of fan comics on the internet. Marketability and algorithms really don't matter. And, it's especially good for somebody who just wants to make something like an alternate ending to something, or just a dream scenario. Now, the business mindset is prioritizing marketability because, you're making a comic and you want to sell it eventually, so you need it to be marketable. You need to think about audience retention, branding. You need to think about taxes, managing taxes, copyright, marketing budgets. You need to think about the IP from a potential as a franchise and beyond just being a comic as a story. And then also the financial reality is something you're going to have to think about when you have the business mindset, which is most comics don't make money immediately. Actually, most comics don't make money at all. So you'll probably need a secondary source of income for a long time. And then also your art style needs to allow for you to have the time for you to do that other work that keeps the lights on until the comic makes money full time. You know, neither is wrong, by the way. You just need to make the distinction. If you just want a side hobby, then I recommend you ignore most business advice on making comics. You don't need a marketing strategy or to post every day, just do it for fun. If it's just like a random fan comic, ignore most of the advice. But if you want your comic to become a serious franchise one day, you need to seriously dial in on a long-term and short-term business plan. Make the decision and the distinction before you decide to commit to your comic. The next mistake people make before making their comic is choosing an unsustainable...
I'll be honest. So far, all of this is just extremely surface level common sense. Which, honestly, considering the subscriber count, that kind of tracks.
schedule. Now, what do I mean by this? Once you know your scope and you've decided whether or not you want a hobby or a business comic,
this is probably just regurgitated from several articles or something.
Your actual life and the goals of your comic. What do I mean by the goals? We're going back to the scope.
That's how most
so
of these
the scope
end
of
up
your
being.
Comic will determine how often you release it. For example, when it comes to a one-shot or a graphic novel, you can just treat it like a film with one final deadline. But for an ongoing series, your schedule now becomes a part of your new life for the next several months or years of your life, you know. So you have to actually factor this in your comic pages into your life. Now, different types of comics and comic companies do things differently, but I'll just give an overview of the schedules that are usually expected for different styles of comics. So for manga style comics, it's weekly chapters, but as you know, that usually leads to a lot of high stress and poor health on mangakas. Like this is a very common issue, so you have to keep that in mind. You're gonna be sacrificing your health probably. Now, American style comics will be a bit less extreme, but still very frequent.
I mean, absolutely.
And that's one issue per month. And this is usually still supported by a team. Now, the next style you'd probably expect is the European
that shit's
style
akin to
comics,
slave
which
labor.
is just very, very laid back. Like, they'll do a comic sometimes once a year, you know, or maybe once every 3 years. It's like not that crazy of a schedule. And then there's web comics, which I like the web comics thing because it's a bit of a mix of all of them, where it has that laid back European style of we'll release when we want, but at the same time it still has enough frequency that people will keep coming back and they will keep that comic top of mind. So that's usually one page per week or one chapter, which isn't many pages. Like when it comes to webtoon and tapas, you'll probably see a few panels per week. So that is a bit more sustainable in my opinion. But if you can pull off the American style or the manga style, then that's good for you. But the main goal is sustainability. You notice I keep using the word sustainability. The goal is to build a library of work without burning out, because consistency is more important than just speed. You know, everybody wants to know how to do it as fast as possible, but that's not always the best way to look at it. For example, my comic just does 1 to 2 pages per week, or roughly 4 to 8 pages per month. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but it has added up quickly, because now it's around 80 plus pages and we're approaching 100.
Obligatory self-insert advertisement.
Realistically stick to with the other things I have to do in my life. And time flies very quickly. So those 1 to 2 pages added up very quickly. And we only started like halfway into last year, you know. So it was a couple of months ago. A simpler art style also means you can get away with doing more pages. Like comedy comics, you can get away with
also call to authority.
Also, if you have a big team,
can't forget that,
like in the manga or American comic industry, where it's like
halfway through the video, so it's extremely late, but okay.
Like, you can have much more insane goals.
Chopper!
But please do not burn yourself out thinking that you have to keep up with teams of people when you're like one person or maybe two people. It doesn't make sense for you. Consistency beats intensity every time. It's like you don't want to go to the gym, train really hard for 1 week, and then you've injured yourself
It's
for
crazy
6
how
months. Now you're gonna
Chopper's
work out.
design
You're
went
not gonna get any
from
gains. Just go
small
train
head,
maybe
fat
3
pudgy
times in
body
the week,
to this
and then
fucking
over time,
gigantic
one day
ass
you'll be
head
in
and
the middle and
tiny
you're like,
body.
wow, I'm in really good shape. But even with all
He
those
got
things in
Disney-fied.
mind, you still have to actually think of the next big mistake that a lot of people don't think about before they ever start their comic. Picking the wrong distribution model. Now, if you're making a comic, then you probably want to get your comic into people's hands. Getting your comic from you to your fans or your readers is called distribution. And there's two main ways people can distribute their comics: digitally and physically. Both are important for different reasons. With digital, there's no negotiating. We live in a digital world. Everything is almost on the internet nowadays, so you have to have a digital presence. How you get a digital presence is either you have your own distribution system or you use a digital platform for comics. So what are some of these platforms that you can use? There's Webtoons, there's Global Comics, there's Manga Plus, there's Amazon, and there's also social media. Now, I'll get into the different things you should expect with each one of them. But with Webtoon, you're going to realize it's heavily biased towards romance and manhwa or manga art styles. It's harder
Yes,
for,
to an
like, let's
insane
say,
degree.
a traditional Western style superhero story to gain momentum there. It's not impossible, but that is what's popular on Webtoon. Global Comics is amazing for superhero stuff. Marvel, DC style content, that is an amazing place to be. That's why even their top comic there is Invincible. As you'll notice with each one of these platforms, if you want to know what's best for your comic, look at what's the biggest stuff on that platform and you'll be able to get a rough idea. With Webtoon, a lot of romance. With Global Comics, a lot of superhero stuff. With Manga Plus, it's in the name. So the priority for those creating traditional manga style stories. With Amazon, I haven't really noticed a pattern. So I'll just say in general, if you just want to sell a PDF and you want organic traffic that's coming in from the platform and free traffic, essentially, that's when you're going to go to Amazon. The last one being social media platforms like Instagram. Now, Instagram comics, the biggest type I have seen, the ones that do the best.
Oh shit, do any of you use Instagram? Apparently they changed it recently. So by default, Instagram allows people to use all of your images for AI training, like by default. And they just suddenly turn that on, and then you have to opt out of it. But by the time they've announced it, and between then and the time you finally hear about it and opt out, because they don't say anything, like all of your image data has already been scraped and trained onto AIs. That's fucked, dude. I'm glad I don't use that shitstorm of a platform. But goddamn, I feel bad about everybody else. Like, who cares if you opt out at this point? The instant they turn it on, they already took all the fucking data. You got cucked and told, well, you can uncuck yourself from your perspective whenever you want. It's already over. They already got your shit, you fool. I feel bad. Not for me, though. I can laugh about it because I was never on that shitstorm of a platform anyway, because I never trusted Facebook. But, poor bastards.
Best or social media comics tend to be comedy comics, like the kinds you would imagine would be in a newspaper strip back in the day. Stuff like Strange Planet, which is a really big Instagram comic, and it's a comedy one. But it's not the only one. There's lots of Instagram comics out there, and they're typically more on the slice of life and comedy side. Now, digital platforms are amazing for you as a beginner because they're pretty easy to set up, but they do have pros and cons. And I think the biggest con with platforms is the fact that they can always like just change something or ban you. Now, this is a thing I don't see get talked about a lot. But when a platform changes its policies or changes its owners or just has this random update, it can really affect you as a creator, especially if it was your only platform. So, for example, there's
And
been
they can
creators who
apply it
complain about
retroactively,
Webtoon
which
just
is pretty
banning their
unfair, to be
content because
honest.
they're saying, oh, it's too graphic or it's too adult. But meanwhile, you'll notice that Webtoon's own in-house produced originals get away with way more graphic stuff. Like, there's a lot of videos complaining about Webtoon. I used to be on Webtoon, but I didn't leave it because of the banning stuff. I left it because of the demographic issue I mentioned earlier. It was way more romance and manga style audiences there, and I just felt like I was wasting time. So you have to realize that these platforms can wake up
these
tomorrow and mess
platforms,
up
most
your
of them
entire
do not
audience.
apply
Instagram
their
can just
rules
wake up and
fairly
just be
or
like, nope,
equally.
your comics content
That
is
has been a
banned now.
problem
Or
from the
Global
beginning.
Comics can go through something like I heard that they got acquired by a company that prioritizes AI. You know, that could end up affecting creators in a way that we have no idea how it's going to happen. Webtoon is already doing partnerships with AI companies as we speak, and they're going to be trying to roll out more and more AI
Surprised by
stuff.
that?
So what happens when your entire
Nobody.
reader base starts getting tired of AI slop, and then they leave the platform, and then now you don't have those readers anywhere else? You know, that now this is the main problem I had with digital platforms, which is you really do not want to rely on them too much. Like, in general, as much as you can use them for some extra free traffic, you should always have your own owned distribution system, like your own website, as a backup, so that you aren't screwed if a third party
No platform
just
applies their
changes
rules
or
fairly.
disappears. 'Cause,
Yep.
you know, you want to be able to build something
Twitch
solid in the
obviously
long
doesn't.
run.
It's
This is for the
extremely
ongoing comic
obvious.
series,
Everybody
the
knows it.
people who are doing graphic novels and all
Everybody
that other
jokes
stuff,
about it.
you can just go with a PDF. But again, Amazon is also known to do stuff like this, where they just, you know, their policies can change, and all of a sudden
YouTube
your
doesn't.
book
Twitter
is
doesn't.
wrong, or it doesn't fit, or, you know, it's just like it's a very risky position to only rely on digital platforms. So I would say have a hybrid strategy of your own distribution digitally, like your own website, and the platforms. Now, I am the reverse of this problem, where I only have my comics on my own website, and I think I'm gonna start posting again on these platforms very soon. But like I mentioned, I would really recommend just do both, but do not rely too much on these platforms. I promise you, they will disappoint you. Now, when it comes to physical distribution, the main thing I would recommend for you to avoid as a mistake is just basically mass printing before you have like people who are willing to buy. And the easiest way to do this is two ways. You can either, one, do print on demand, which is good for low risk, where basically you partner with a company that only prints your comics when somebody orders them online, or
Like Amazon.
two, which is you do some kind of pre-order or a Kickstarter where people are able to book a copy in advance, and then it'll get printed for them and then, you know, released in a certain schedule. The main thing you want to avoid having is dead stock, which can happen a lot when
I
you
wouldn't
use
trust
an
Kickstarters
offset
or
printer, because with an
stuff
offset
like that.
printing company, they're basically gonna tell you like, oh, we're only gonna accept printing your comic if you do this number of copies first. And then, you know, let's say they say give you a minimum order of like 500, and then you have 500 copies, but now you don't know who to sell them to. You know, you don't have a distribution system, but you do have a lot of copies. Are they just gonna stay in your house the entire time? This is a problem that you can have. I had that in the beginning, you know. And then I had to start figuring out, okay, now I have to market these copies. And then I started selling them at Comic Cons and stuff. And, you know, I was able to start selling a lot of them. But the main problem is I kind of went into it blind. I didn't realize that, maybe you should probably have a business plan before you go ahead and just start printing your comic. That's why the pre-order method will never be beat. Just having people pre-order on an email list. An email list is really good. That's also another problem with digital distribution. You can't get an email list of people, you know. An email list is something that you really need to think about early on. I also have been thinking about an email list a lot. But yeah, the main thing you don't want to do when it comes to digital is rely on comic platforms, and when it comes to physical, you don't want to overprint or print without having any kind of demand for your comic. The next mistake that a beginner will make before they start on their
He
comic
finished
is
eating my
picking the wrong
watermelon,
art
but
style
we may
and
as
the
well
wrong software.
finish.
So the art style has to be two things that you need to think about, and I'd say sustainable, there's that word again, and enjoyable. So sustainable is, yes, you have a really cool art style, but it takes you 50 years to draw one panel. You really don't want to do that. And also the second is enjoyable, because if you pick a simple art style,
Adventures of God.
making the comic,
What?
which is not the point. point. You know, you want to choose an art style that makes you feel proud of your work. So you need to find that balance. And also another thing I came to learn about art style is panel economy. So that's avoiding overcrowding pages. I learned to transition from 10 panels per page to 3 to 5 panels per page. And that's really saved not just on time, but it's also improved on the readability of my comic pages. Like, people have complimented the art improving, and that's just because I'm drawing less, but I'm drawing better panels with larger art, more visible art. So again, it's also improved the readability. And like I mentioned with software, I've mentioned this before in other videos, but it's a good idea to try and use 3D assets if you can pick a software with 3D assets, because that's also going to save you time, especially in the beginning when you're probably a one-person team. Now, the best option for the 3D assets is probably going to be Clip Studio, and I wish I had went with them from the jump.
Yes, Clip Studio, very good.
I'm really struggling right now to switch to Clip Studio.
We need to bring the concept that stories into American comics, right? Imagine if Spider-Man or something had like a definitive end. Like, yay, it's an actual story and not just slop that you get spoon-fed once or twice a month. Like, that's what makes, like, so many animes and mangas, like, good. It's like, sure, I would like more content from 86, but it's a story. It has a finite end. Like, I don't want to sit there and read One Piece for, like, I don't know, 50 or 60 years, and then I die never getting to see the end because it was never supposed to have an end. Fuck that!
Have saved me so much time if I just used Clip Studio, because you can just like add in a 3D background there and then save you time, you know. And I wish I started with this. I'm not sponsored by them. I just think it's a much better deal for like a comic creator, especially if you're solo and you don't have a team. Oh god, I think Clip Studio is it's a deal. Another big mistake is not learning how to draw comics the right way. We already talked about picking the right art style in the previous point. What about everything else when it comes to drawing comics? Because comics are a visual medium, and as much as story matters, so does your art. So you need to be learning the correct way to draw from the beginning to avoid a lot of the unnecessary mistakes I made myself. By the way,
rule number one,
you,
any art style you saw from Tumblr that you like, never do that.
I can't cover everything when
delete it from your memory.
Comics in one single point right now, but I do have an entire video dedicated to this that either you or your artist should probably watch right now.
There's been an interesting update in regards to the...
I don't care! I didn't fucking... I said cancel, you bitch! My god. Anyway. There's that. Thank you for watching mid-ass random comic video with me, I guess. Glasses wearing discount Harry Potter looking ass milk boy. There we go. Okay. Well, anyway, there's that. Oh. You've had your dinner cooked, I hope. I've had my breakfast. Delicious watermelon. What now? I just got done eating breakfast. Do you mind? What do you want? Oh. Okay, things were good. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Whew. So, what's on the agenda today? First, I need to get at least a couple new signals. I am bone dry, as you can see. I am no longer on vacation, sadly. It was a good run. It was what? A couple days? 5 or 6? How are we looking over here? Almost done. Here we go. We should really go and make this easier to finagle at some point. One, two. That should work fine. Alright. Question. Right, I took these the other night. Yeah, I didn't really see anything. Weird, right? The office is looking pretty nice and cleanish. Yeah, thank you. You've been working hard on it. Let's see, I suppose... a little short. I'm gonna get a better sleeping bag. It may as well just go all the way and get the best, right? Have you gone into that bunker outside yet? No, not yet. My favorite cat girl, pseudo scientist, is live. Hi! Hi, Raven. Let's see. We can clear a list. Let's see. Hacksaw, among other things. Everything I need is so expensive now. Damn it. Oh, wait. Whoops, my bad. I would appreciate speeding things up there a little bit. Oh, nice. It's already partially connected. Let's... Not you. There we go. $99.95 should do for now. Speaking of, you've got a point. I suppose it is as good a time as any to go explore that, huh? Is there anything else else I need to do today? Servers are looking good. Excuse me. Yankee, okay. I should try and go get those now, but I think I'm good with exploring a little. And I can go put these fuses outside in the tower. I've been meaning to do that for a while. Alright, so we'll put these fuses up here at the top of the tower. I don't know why it can't just be down here, but whatever. Whatever. Well, we'll go up here, put these in. We'll explore the bunker a little. Or try to. Just in case. Open! Damn it! Yeah. Hello there. I don't feel comfortable going up here without this hook now. Some kind of safety net. I'm not particularly a fan of heights. I'd rather keep all my limbs touching the ground, thank you. Alright, so we haven't explored the fuck. Let's see. Maybe it's okay. Oh gee, thanks, you're fucking useful. Why not? Key card. So I need some kind of key card. What? I'm ironically bad with heights as well, so bad in fact there was a time in my life where a step stool would be too much considering how tall I already am. Understandable. Oh wait. Huh. Wait a minute. Wait, how? Oh, wait. It's just like mine. I've tried mine and it doesn't work on any doors here. Maybe if I can grab... Oh, but using the hook on this to thread the fucking needle is gonna be asinine. Oh! Holy shit. Oh! Okay. God Gamer, sorry. I was just built different. This doesn't even look like mine. I guess this is a security keycard? Got over it to some degree when I did my training for becoming an electrician that I never finished. I was tempted because apparently climbing up towers like this and the other radio towers and stuff, like the ones you have to shimmy up, like you make 6 figures a year and you only have to go up like maybe once or twice a year. It's insane. And then I found out, you know, I don't really like heights. I don't think I want to try them. Oh! Yay! Okay. So we're in. Now what? Damn it. What if... Wait a minute. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I don't like this at all. This place is fucked. In more ways than one. The fuck? Take whatever that is. Well, this looks useless. Is this weird book? Everything that's in here? I'm not seeing anything particularly useful to grab. All of this is too decrepit and decayed. I don't like this door being boarded up. That door looks ancient, too. Alright, well... Is there no light switch either? Oh, there is, thank God. I don't like how weird the walls look, though. If there's anything to enter behind these boxes. The place is trashed, right? That's what I'm saying. Okay, it just looks like the usual crap out of these boxes. Let's check for ones over here. Break it all. You know, grab the food. Won't say no to that. I'm a hungry little critter. Nothing particularly useful in this. Crap. I'm not seeing anything else that's useful in here. Oh, really? The little booklet I found might be the only thing. All the rest of this is garbage, right? This is part of it too. Yeah, this is ruined beyond recognition. Is there anything in these trash piles, maybe? I mean, I do not want to come in here a second time. That boot fucking scared the shit out of me. So I'm just gonna be extremely thorough with looking at everything here real quick. Okay, this just all looks... What's that? Oh, okay. On something of use. You know, on second thought, you can cover that up more. Oh, that's gonna give me anxiety. Stop. I can't stop. Fuck. Okay, well then, some kind of Kerfer Omega shit from that. Some potatoes, some copper wire. Could have gone better. Whatever. Could have had something, I don't know, more useful. Oh, then. Oh. Well, this booklet is just recipes to the fuck make something. Okay. Kerfil Mega Series is a complicated system that requires several materials. You need a manual to assemble it. Okay, so that's what this is. And a pile of specific materials. In this journal, I gathered parts and locations of the parts you need. Head, torso, pelvis, arms, and legs. Okay. Using metal electronics. Glass scrap. AI Omega module. What the fuck? Original Kerfer parts. Plastic metal electronics. Good quality camera. Original Kerfer parts. Plastic metal electronics. Radioactive capsule. Original Kerfer parts. Radioactive capsule? What the fuck? Some kind of nuclear robot? Elbow, knee joints, ball joints. Original Kerfer parts. Oh! Wait a minute. Wait, you don't go over here. I've got limb joints. Okay. You can also paint your curver. Apply the color on your assembled curver. I think you can find the joint somewhere around Romeo. I buried the boxes so you'll need something that detects underground objects. I've got a metal detector. AI module is at the bottom of the lake inside a safe. You can get it if you have special equipment, or you can try to tow it out with a hook. I don't remember the password, but the safe is very old and you can hear the right clicks. Remember the joints are, they should be here somewhere in this fenced area, perhaps inside the buildings. I'll take care of a radioactive core by myself. It's too dangerous to keep around and it's bad for the environment. So meet me at our office after you're done with your expedition or something. Use blueprints and a complete manual book to construct the parts together. It should be somewhere down the Alpha bunker. Most importantly, be careful around this creation. Who knows, maybe it's as unstable just like its previous generation. Interesting. Okay. Well, I have an idea of where the radioactive capsule is. Considering there's what? 2 or 3 different areas that are radioactive here. Oh, this is done. Nice. Hungry. All over again. Hey, those upgrades were a noticeable improvement. It is pretty much faster. The shutdown speed is slightly improved. Well, I suppose we found a new project to fuck around with. This sounds dangerous, but it should be fun. It shouldn't be life-threatening at the very least. Huh? Oh, just a crack on the wall. Let's get you started on the next. Let's see here. Okay. 99.8 is probably the best I'm gonna get with that one. Speaking did grab that pizza. Just one slice? Oh, come on. Fucking, I guess I'll eat it. It was yummy. It's not enough. At least I found those MREs. Yay, 2 cracker packs and half a sausage. Cool. That's a lot of paper scrap. I mean... really, this is just a lot of scrap, period, isn't it? Really collected quite a lot, huh? I suppose I could do more cleaning, but I'm starting to get tired. Oh, I suppose a little wouldn't hurt. At some point, I need to break down these as well and get them dealt with. There we go. When did I leave this over here? Actually, when did I buy this? Yeah, I bought this. I just don't remember when I bought it. I don't remember leaving it over here. Almost positive I left it over here. How are you looking? Almost done with this one. Done downloading mystery signal. VotV. That there. This is done. That's great. We'll plop it over here. Import. Save signal. Let's play it. Windy. But wind implies atmosphere to some degree, so that's pretty good. At least I'm pretty sure it does. Oh, did I tell you guys about the archipelago I've been doing? Here and there throughout the last week or two? It's been fun. I'm thinking of doing some for stream at some point. When I eventually get around to it, hopefully that'll be fun. Randomizers seem interesting. Neat. Oh, careful. Think your TV is broken? Oh, what's wrong with it? Huh? Seems okay. Which TV? One where you make the triangle? Seems okay, I think. Is there something wrong with it? I guess. Alright. Let's go dump these. Six. And these stupid mouses. Get a well-earned nap. I'll double check the computer here in a bit. Anybody else hear metal banging? What's happening now? What's going on? Oh, the radar seems normal. Except for that thing off to the east. What's... do I feel? fog is starting to come in suddenly. Wow, it's getting really foggy up there. I can't say I particularly liked that one. Okay. What time is it? Like, that's... what, 8? 8:50? Weird. It was reddish, then it turned bluish, then it's reddish again. Seems normal. I'm not going down there though. What's... Everything seems normal. Okay. don't know what that was about. You guys ever just get that weird feeling? Since I was awoken from my sleep. Oh, right over here. I'll put this one here. We'll park right about here. Yeah, this screen looks okay. Doesn't look like anything's wrong with it. Everything seems to be in working order. You know, I could probably explore up there, since I have this hook. I just don't feel particularly inclined at the moment. Maybe tomorrow. Nothing here. Here. Go. Got it. Nice. Okay, and let's get you going on one last bit. Alright. What should I have for dinner? A new Marie? Sure. Oh, I guess I'll have 2 packs of crackers for dinner. And then go to bed ashamed. Where are we looking? There's still deer or whatever the fuck. Maybe those are the aliens. Who knows? So dark, right? It's just very dark out. Alright, looks like this one's done. Let's put you there. And then we'll get one for you ready to go. Daily task. Wonderful. Arrived during my sleep. Import. Save. Planet with wind. And let's get the star signal. There we go. Alright. Now I can turn this off. And fiddle with this a little. There we go. Right there should do. And about here. Perfect. Okay. Ugh. Oh shit, you know what'd be great? Make some burgers. Burgers would be good. Cook up some potatoes. Fish would be ideal. Oh my god, I love fish. Oh, this sounds so good. These sound extremely simple. Not here. Alright. Honestly, you're making pretty good progress. Right, these should be done, right? Good, okay. Let's grab you. There. Right. Oh no. Let's get to... I suppose I could get back to cleaning. But first... Okay, so what's still dirty? This is nice and cleaned up. I think the garage is still a mess. Clean in here and here. Excuse me. Let's go find something to clean. I don't particularly... I'm not going near that basement, though. The middle of the fucking night? Hell no. I do that during the day at some point. Right now, my priority is clean all this up. Always. Well, this isn't really a hallway so much as it's a stairwell, but it's looking a lot better, right? Good so far. Okay. anyone else hear that? I was sworn I just heard something. Definitely think I heard something, but... Oh, we're almost done up here. At least for the hallway. Not bad. Let's give ourselves a quick little break from this. Beep. Whatever. It's further out than I thought it was. I thought it was right here for a second. Anyway, let's do some more. Hello there. And bada bing, bada boom. This should be another easy slam dunk, right? And success. 100% probability. I should get a little bit of sleep though. Try to anyway. I think I'm ashamed of. Start you off. Exoplanet. Okay. We keep finding a lot of those. Strangely enough. There you go. I can't believe they're that calm. Seems a bit odd. That'll do. Perfect. It's going. Okay. Let's see if we win the MRE lottery. Actually, we kind of did. We didn't get beef jerky, but we got some decent stuff for once. And I actually feel full for once. Well, download's gonna take a bit. Dwarf planet. Let's grab you. Go. Nice. I actually managed to straighten out the cabinet. The power of leverage, baby. Alright. if I left one of these as like a little mini bedroom? Eh. It'd feel kind of cramped, to be honest. I'd rather just have a more open area layout. It's gonna take a while. What's this planet again? The whistling. Enemy underwater noises. Alright, I've got 5 done. This is kind of taking a while, though. Not gonna lie. Whew. Oh, there we go. You started. This should be another easy one. Ah. Gee, it's almost 6 in the morning. Just take these one at a time over here. And eventually we'll get them into the garage to get rid of them. Honestly, you should probably do that now, because the stupid morning drone is gonna come by in like half an hour? If that. mess. Is that one more? Darn it. And here I was hoping that would be it. And right on time, as expected. First of all, can you take these? I don't want them, and they're in gold. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? Huh? Nothing. You're gonna sit your ass there and you're gonna take them. You can just beep 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 at me. So sassy. The only one allowed to be sassy here is me. I get special sass privileges. Nobody else. Thumbs for breaks. Very red up there. That's a sunrise for you. India Lima Echo. Good lord. It's already 3:40 p.m. It's crazy. But I guess it makes sense. I did start the stream 30 minutes late. Like a moron. And then on top of that, I sat there and ate watermelon for like 20 minutes. My bad. I accept responsibility. It was my fault. Let's go. Oh my lord. Okay. Easy. Another easy fix. These are all good. Nope, never mind. Let's see. Let's do pink. Dirt. Okay, just Victor and Yankee. Alright, alright. Check. Need to do Transformer. Well, it is what it is, I guess. We are gonna have to end stream here in like 30 minutes. So I'm sorry for that. But let's go get that stuff done real quick. Ugh. Yankee Victor. Those are on the opposite sides of the area. Fine, whatever. Let's go do Echo and then we'll stop by Victor. Anything else I can do here? I can press download. That's about it. And that's fine. Alright. Nothing like a little morning trip, I suppose. Oh. Almost sprinted right off a hillside. On the floppy. Excuse me. Jesus. Ugh. Was not expecting that. Okay, after that, it's to Victor. I can grab Transformer 1 on the way. Pretty sure. I've... Good God. As you may have noticed, I've been a little drained lately. I've not been getting enough sleep. And I've been working on VODs a lot. Oh, it's a song. What's wrong? There we go. How's Papa? And Victor should be over here. I've been trying to work on VODs for clips and stuff, but it's just taking a while. I keep getting drained so quickly. To be perfectly honest, I have a lot of anxiety around making content online. So anytime I see numbers go up, I get really stressed out over it. Doesn't help I've had a lot of other outside crap happening this week. Oh, let's fix you. As much as I like doing this, oh wait, I fixed Transformer 1 as well, so let's get that too. So I need Yankee off to the northwest, India, and Lima. I can get India and Lima. I try to... God damn it! I'm yawning so fucking much. But, I have been trying to avoid looking at my YouTube analytics for the last couple weeks. Because every time I look, for some fucking reason, the VOD for earlier, like last week's VOD, Dear God, for some reason it's at like 200 something views out of nowhere for no discernible reason. Well, yeah, I appreciate it. I like it. I'm happy, thank you. Also, numbers get big and me get stressy. I've got a lot of anxiety around it for a number of reasons. Hotel, you're India. It might seem strange that somebody who wants to do content creation likes it and wants to improve and get better and have more people have a good time. Not like seeing numbers go up. But unfortunately that's just how I am. When I was younger, I had a YouTube channel. I made machinimas of a particular kind of gear. And it was a relatively small, sort of niche community for that game. But, at the time it was starting to pop off, and I started getting a lot more popularity than I expected, and I didn't mind it at that time. Like, I didn't have any problems with it. But, oh, hey, Itch! How's it going? Oh, wait, oops, where did I... There we go. But, as time went on, the numbers went from, like, double digits to triple digits. And once you hit the triple digits, at that time period on YouTube, in that community, that was like, you're in, like, the top 10. And then the triple digits started multiplying. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then I became like top 5. And then I started getting like offers to like machinima. Like with the business, machinima. With like the whole website and all that. I was like, oh, this is an MCN. I'm being picked up by a network. And then, I talked to my parents about it. Pretty much got ridiculed for it. And, I just kind of ignored that, to be honest. That was par for the course. I don't know why I bothered talking to them at all for it. But, I did ultimately decide to turn down the machinima partnership, and I was happy I did, later on. Because, holy shit, machinima imploded. Like, they were scumbags, and I'm glad I dodged a bullet there. But, at the time, at least, I was kind of sad, in a way, that I turned that down, because not only did I turn it down, but I deleted my account. I had a number of reasons for that. But, not bad. Hope you're having fun. I'm having fun. Tired. I'm tired as hell, but I'm having fun. So that's all of the stuff I had to grab. We just have to go to Yankee and Transformer 2 to the south. But, I had some friends back then that honestly were not nearly as good of a group of people as I had thought they were. In fact, they were extremely, extremely shitty human beings, as it turned out. They did a lot of shitty things to other people. When I found out about it, I questioned them to make sure of things. Because I didn't want to, like, judge them for something that wasn't true. Not only was it true, they doubled and tripled down on it. And then made me a target. Probably a fine gun. But, long story short, I deleted my account, abandoned the whole community, left. So I was just getting, like, harassed by them. Not by the community, mind you, just by them. And I didn't want to sit there and be a part of that community anymore after that. In hindsight, it seemed pretty clear they were just... Not many channels survived it, sadly. It is what it is. But, there's really no need for me to delete my account, or to leave, or to quit, or anything like that. At the time, I was extremely... what's the word? Self-conscious about certain things. Which was dumb, to be honest. There was no need. It's not like it's a big deal. I do dislike how anytime it gets brought up, it's like, oh, pity this, pity that. I don't really care. It gets annoying to constantly hear all that. Which is why I don't normally ever bring it up to anyone. There's the Transformer. But I had told, you know, my friends back then about that. Because it... Bluntly, I just trusted people too much. And I told them private things about me that I probably shouldn't have. And they used that to harass me quite a bit. What is... what's wrong here, right? There we go. Got it. Transformer 2 and Yankee are both done. But that started like the trend of any time I got into content creation and things started looking even slightly like it might work out, or I started feeling positive about it. Every single time after that, something bad would happen that would just completely fuck over my life every time. So now I just have anxiety anytime numbers go up. Takes lots to grow sometimes, yeah. So over the years since then, I've tried multiple times to get back into making content and having fun and doing something I love. And the number go up and me get anxiety. And if I keep trying in that attempt, normally something bad happens. And if I give up and quit, then nothing happens. It's like I'm cursed. That's why I'm not doing any collabs with anyone. I'm not really talking with any other content creators. I'm not looking to be part of any group or friend group or work group or anything like that. I'm just sitting here in my lane, doing my thing, trying to enjoy myself. Hopefully have other people enjoy themselves too. And that is pretty much it. No real plans, no real goals, none of that. You should try Ultra Kill. I've heard it's good. I just haven't gone around to it at some point. At some point I might. Let's see. I need my zip drive. Slap you in there. Pop, pop, pop. Check. Okay. Oh. I must be hungry. I'm hallucinating. There we go. That's that. Slap those in. And I am ready to turn all this in, I think. Pretty sure. I don't know what to send after that. Yeah, it's fine. I just talking. It's all good. All there's water under the bridge, as they say. It's just that sometimes I get anxiety when I see any form of success or things working out to any degree. And I'll get over that eventually, hopefully. Right now, I'm just ignoring any numbers and just doing streams. Ultra and Papers, Please is good. Yeah. They both sound good. I might at some point. There it is. My left arm fell asleep. Damn it, my arm. Ugh. Well, I did say I'd end a stream in 30 minutes ago, but I don't mind going for another 15, 20. It should be fine. Although my fucking arm fell asleep. Holy shit. Ah. But yeah, if it seems like I'm making slow progress on things, that's why. That would be the reason why. And that should be saying you did a fantastic job. Here's a raise. Okay. I did a good job, but no raise. Oh, I almost missed for stream? Yeah. It's okay, though. It happens. You're finished. Let's slap you over here. When was the last time you got a jump scare in Voices? I don't know. Probably when I walked into the building and there was a mannequin standing in a corner. Back when I first got here. Right. Let's grab the new signal. Get it working over here. Spin, save, play. Where's this one? Oh. It's better for someone to take care of themselves? Yeah. I am. No worries. Alright, you know what I should have done? Are the servers still good? Don't tell me something went down while I was out. Before I had a chance to calibrate. Oh, nice. Everything's still up. Great. You can sit there and you can work on them. Another down server. Good? You guys should be taking care of yourselves too. I'm on mic right now. I'm hungry still. Decent haul. Other than the crackers, by doing my best, that's good. That's all you can hope for, right? That's all any of us can do. Since it's daytime, I suppose it's as good a time as any. Looks like I can't carry anymore, so let's go dump this. How many hours have you spent? Do you find it boring? Nah, not really. Work is work and it's relaxing. Get back up there, you. I enjoy stuff like this, so I'm not really bothered by anything much. I know how it can be with anxiety, so I'm glad you're taking care of yourself. Yeah. First off, let me take that little. Dump you over there. We've got so much scrap everywhere, it's not even funny anymore. Not do that. Alright, Mr. Paper Scrap. Get your ass over here with the rest of them. I suppose that'll do. Well, let's go get another batch of it then. I finally got VotV working on Linux. It's a bit buggy, but it runs. Oh, nice. I've never had Linux stuff before. It's never particularly been my cup of tea. I've always preferred Windows, even though it's got constant problems these days. And I need a battery. There we go. Ah, that battery is partially dead. Great. I suppose partial will work. Why is the light off in here? I had that on for a reason, you know. I must have forgotten to cut it off during one of the blackouts. Man. Really is just trash fucking everywhere, huh? Ah! Well, anyway. let's keep you there. And all these spare tools can just sit there. It's no big deal. And there goes the pile. Only switched because I was bored, but I also got dual boot. Oh, I can have Windows and Linux, but I deleted Windows by accident. Oops. Yeah, that's an oopsie. Well, as long as you didn't lose any important data that you can't recover. And it's not really that big of a deal. Probably a pain in the ass, but... Okay. There's that. Oh, shit. Oops. So much shit on the floor and in the way. Speaking of, I should clean the garage at some point. It's fucking filthy in here. Got rid of the worst of it, but it's still unpleasant. Oh, Jesus Christ. The fuck was that? Alright. There's a lot of wooden scrap down there for some reason. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's pain, but it's kind of fun having to do something through a command terminal. I see, I see. Yeah, I get you. Wait. There we go. Whoop. Into the corner with you. I can use those for something. I'm not gonna drink them though. I'm not particularly a fan of beer. It's not really my cup of tea, to be honest. I'm more of a fruity drink enjoyer than a beer enjoyer. Just not particularly a fan of that kind of flavor profile. A hoppy kind of taste. We almost got these little clumped up bits of trash dealt with. Cups, damn it. I feel like there's something in there. I need to add a light or something to this section. It's really dark right there. Looks like it's raining. Ah, what a pain. Stupid monitor tubes. Excuse me, Mr. One Piece. The electronic scrap pile has really exploded in size, huh? That cup's kinda add to a tired cat girl thing. It's not a thing, unfortunately. It's not. I'm always hiccuping and yawning. God damn it. I can't help it. One Piece? What? What about One Piece? I should take a quick nap. Yeah, that's probably for the best, to be honest. How are we looking over here? Everything seems chill, for the most part. It's only, what, almost 2? Nope. What's going on? Here we go. Let's put this right here for now. Door is locked. It's not a thing, it's just real. So that's kind of better. Yeah, I get hiccups pretty often. And for some reason I yawn a lot. Probably because I don't get enough rest. Even though I rest an absolute shit ton. I definitely sleep more than the average person. And yet it's never enough. I don't know what happened. I woke up for some reason. I'm just gonna go back to sleep. Boy, oh boy, naps. I swear the trees aren't in the same place. I don't know. I don't pay that much attention to them. The fuck? You guys heard that too, right? Glass breaking? Weird. Also, didn't I clean the windows and they're already dirty again? I hate cleaning windows. Naps are nice. Well, at any rate. Grab all the gunk we can here. Put you there. But give me that. Not sure where that piece I threw ended up. Oh, there it is. I can't reach it now. Spare battery. Where you be? Did I finally run out of spare batteries? Damn, that's not good. Fine, fine, you leave me no choice. I'll give a battery charger. And a couple batteries. That should do. And here I could finally afford a better sleeping bag. And I have to make an emergency order for batteries. What a shame. What a shame, what a shame. There we go. A little scrap over here and rubber over here. Bag of sleeping, right? Yeah, thanks. Alright. These full? They don't appear to be. Fuck it, let's just put it here. Oh. Can I just... Damn. Here I was, hoping that would work. Alright. Looks like it's doing its thing just fine. Shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. Wait. Get you going. Yeah. Alright. Right. I suppose I should start on the gardening, shouldn't I? Where did I put that? Well, let's see here. This is probably the shortest path. That's not what I had in mind, now was it? Okay. How far away can I get it? Put it here. Okay. Nice. Okay. We've got water. Pretty sure that's not how that works, but you know, whatever. If it works, it works. You won't hear me complaining about it. For that, I need... Forgot I had the stream open. Hey, Joe! Okay. Let's do... I'm thinking of setting a little garden patch right here. That's what I was thinking, at least. Hello, creature. Hello! How does this work? Now let's get these stupid pieces of crap out of the way. There we go. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Don't fall on me, you fucking bitch. Right, where? There you are. Let's see. I like for it to get direct sunlight, so... Oh wait, this is for wall fixer, not for building tool. That's not exactly gonna work, now is it? Well, I'll need this as well here before long. Seems I can't do that just yet. Well, it's been another day. How's their batteries looking? Oh wow, they charged decently fast actually. It's not bad at all. And let's see, discharge. Just dump your ass there. Alright. Just have ourselves a quick meal. And I think we'll end for the day. Oh, fuck! Well, as it turns out, that food was no longer good. Never mind. And this one wasn't good either. You know what? These are probably for ones that were in the basement, sitting on the floor the whole time. Surely it won't happen a third time, right? Thank God. Stew, cold stew, and crackers. My favorite. Alright. That said, though, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'll see you at whatever the schedule says for when stream starts tomorrow. So thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys had a good evening. Or morning. Have a good rest? Yeah, I will. Me too. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow. Goodbye, creature on the screen that I have the stream open for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Thank you, thank you. Bye.